Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you hairy, sexy beasts, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today I have a fantastic Spanish horror flick lined up for us. It is Leon Klimovsky's 1971, very hair-raising film. It is The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman. And with a title like that, how the hell can you go wrong? So let's jump right into the fun. Here is The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman. The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman, aka Werewolf Shadow, aka Blood Moon, is a gratuitously gothic and substantially sinister Spanish horror tale featuring the famous lycanthrope Waldemar Dinansky, played by the equally famous Spanish actor, writer, director Paul Naschy. Lensed by Leon Klimovsky and awash with surreal dread, this tantalizingly frightening production boasts a healthy array of wonderful performers and interesting set pieces, all saturated within a haunting tale that seems ripped straight from a nightmare. Visually splendid and totally lost in Spanish 70s cinema sensibilities, The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman is a pure delectable trashy treat that is sexy, seductive, sinister, and above all, sensational. The film follows a young woman named Elvira and her bubbly friend Genevieve as they travel through the French countryside in search of the lost grave of a nefarious medieval vampire named Countess Wandessa. Along the way, they stumble upon a mysterious and troubled man named Waldemar Dinansky, who has secluded himself away in his private estate, along with his equally peculiar sister Elizabeth, who both hide a secret that none of the young girls could have ever fathomed. Dinansky is a werewolf, one that's tormented to change into a bloodthirsty beast and kill without remorse. After Elvira and her friends stumble upon the resting place of the Countess and accidentally awaken her from her eternal slumber, it's up to Waldemar and his curse to take on the undead vampire queen and destroy her evil once and for all before she takes the lives of both Elvira and Genevieve. Thoroughly fanciful and all in with the frightening material, the cast of The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman is a stupendous one to say the least, with captivatingly beautiful starlets aplenty to marvel at, as well as a headstrong and tragically doomed hero to help wrap up everything with a nice little bow, be it a bloody one. Everyone genuinely gives it their all as they take the wild premise and fantasy-infused storyline as serious as a heart attack, giving the production an added dose of respectability that honestly baffles even myself. The cursed heroes and wicked creatures of the night of this outlandish flick are Paul Naschy as Waldemar Dinansky, the unexpected hero of the piece and captivating hairy monstrosity; Gabby Fuchs as Elvira, a supernaturally sensitive stunner and constant damsel in distress; Barbara Capel as Genevieve, the gorgeous and bubbly friend of Elvira and wickedly sexy blood-sucking ghoul; Patty Shepard as Countess Wandessa, the wickedly seductive vampire queen whose thirst for blood knows no bounds; Andres Rezano as Inspector Marcel, a young and handsome man of the law whose heart belongs to Elvira; and finally Elena Samarina as Elizabeth Dinansky, Waldemar's loopy sister and dementedly weird roommate. Though not the most extensive of casts, the intimate fare allows the few that are on screen to really shine as they haunt this surreal Spanish horror flick and make it quite an unforgettable experience. The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman is a dreamlike experience, to say the least. Filmed in an almost otherworldly manner and presented in a nightmare fashion, the fantastical qualities of the film are what makes the atmosphere so potent and visually pleasing. There's a strange grace and weirdness to the material of the picture, which balances the gothic imagery, dreamy sequences, and obscure moments with not the most classy of touches, yet it still all manages to flow rather nicely, as it always keeps you on your toes as it descends into complete vampiric madness. Its sensual combination of sex and horror is an accomplished one, and there's an undeniable tone and atmosphere that feels ripped straight from a Gene Roland picture, be that with a Paul Naschy twist. If you love gothic vampire tales that make you feel lost in a dream, then this production has got the haunting goods. In the end, The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman is a sick and twisted nightmare of gothically ghoulish frights. And there you have it, you cheesy children of the night. That is the fantastic and fantasy-infused horror flick. That's The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman. And what a hell of an experience it is. It's a really great Paul Naschy film. He does a fantastic job in it. Like I said, the visuals are pretty beautiful and haunting, and just the whole experience is very surreal. So, fantastic one, and really, really entertaining. But that's it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I love hearing from you guys. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.